Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time it is for you. Welcome to today's live stream. I just realized I opened that differently than normal. It sounds more like I'm hosting a talk show or something. Welcome back. So we are here for more No Man's Sky. I did finally finish the expedition after the fact, which literally took me like half an hour to finish the expedition. Funny enough, when I finally did the freighter, had no problems finding everything, but I also failed to find a single bit of contraband on that derelict freighter, which I found almost all I needed on the first one before the game froze and crashed. So I did have to go and backtrace to a pirate system, which fortunately I accidentally stumbled across one during the live stream last week, so I was able to actually go and find it in the live stream to see what the name of that system was. Found it, got the contraband, did my thing, got all of it. It's all unlocked. So we're gonna play today on the main game save and do some more playing with my derelict or my new Corvette there. Do some customization first. Timmy, say hi. Oh, I turned you off last week because you being in my lap. I forgot to turn you back on. There you go. Say hi. Hi. Yeah. Oh, neck scratches. Let's see that head just to the side right here. Oh, stretching up. Yeah. Oh, does that feel good? Oh, get right there on the ear. Yeah. Okay, so here's your treat. Yes, there you go. All right. Second thing, new game I want to point out for everyone. Anybody wants to check it out? Let me get it pulled up here where I can show it. This is a game called Jump Space, just released September 19th. I have not played it yet. So this is as of yesterday, and it is early access, but it's similar to No Man's Sky. So let's go ahead and say that's why I'm pointing it out. It does not mention anything about base building in the description, but basically this is your crew or single person crew of a spaceship going from crewing the ship to on foot and spacewalk exploration. Basically you're doing missions. You go out and can do little missions. It's a first person shooter type combat thing. So it's sort of like, yeah, No Man's Sky minus the base building and all that other stuff. It looks interesting. Again, it just came out yesterday. I haven't played it yet, but I wanted to put it on everybody's radar. It is just $19 US or $20 US. And you see a little bit here. I mean, it's got some interesting, nice detailed visuals. I'm hoping at some point they do add at least something that says there is customization to the ship. That we get that kind of functionality. But yeah, you can fly with a crew, go solo, and so you're walking on the outside of the ship, jetting over to the ship, got a little hook, gun, and then yeah, it looks interesting. So if you check it out, let me know what you think of it, or post in a comment below if you've tried it out already. And you always do it during the stream, after the stream, doesn't matter. But yeah, it's called Jump Space. Go ahead, put it on your wish list. Keep an eye on it. And let's see what comes of this, because it does look interesting. Again, hopefully we do get some base building, ship building type stuff in it. But for now, at least we get a nice little space first-person shooter that may actually, put Starfield to shame. So, got that out of the way. Timmy has, finished his treat, so his treat's out of the way. I'm not sure why I got a duplicate of that. And in other news, I finally bit the bullet. I've updated to Windows 11. Sad day. If you don't know, you've got less than a month or less than 30 days before they cut support for Windows 10, unless you want to pay them a yearly subscription to keep updates for. I think it's like 2 years they'll let you keep going. As long as your system is new enough, Intel 8th gen and newer, you can upgrade to Windows 11 still for free. Definitely take a backup of your system, backup not so much the files and such, but back up your system first, because I did have some problems. It did immediately start trying to flag drivers and such as that as wrong. Problems with some of the ASUS stuff, like Armory Crate. Overall, not too bad, but I've also noticed it completely changed some device IDs for certain things, like my microphone and things like that got reset. So yeah, just precaution before you update, back up your system so you don't have a major headache if something does go wrong and now you gotta start over. So, well, let's get into the game, since Timmy has decided to turn his back on everyone. I'll get this loaded up. Again, Expedition is still going, so you don't have to rush on that. I think we still got 4 weeks left at this point, but I'm done with it. Took me just over 5 hours total to do it, and part of that was, again, the game crashed and food barred the derelict freighter mission. I had to go and get the money to buy another one of those detectors, and so yeah, I probably could have done this in around 4 hours, 4.5 at most, if it had not been for that. Really, actually 4 hours. Yeah, I think 4 hours would have been enough. We probably could have done it in a single run had I not had game crash and other problems. But we're going back to my normal save today because that's the real freighter we wanna mess with. Well, not freighter, real Corvette. That's what we really want to mess with. So, all right, here we go. Should be there. All right. So, my very ugly one. That is still not as ugly as my other one. Also, I'm not sure why that is like not going further down, but this is, of course, using the basic stuff from the very beginning. I gotta remember where I put everything on this one. I got, yes, storage. All right. So I've got all this, and I've got some others. Let's see. Yeah. Yes. Oh, yeah, no one. Oh, can't. Okay, so that one's full. What is it? I need to sell some stuff too. So I've got all these. Means I should have like yeah, okay. We got Ambassador class halves. I've got Thunderbird. And I know the Ambassador, we saw that in the Expedition. That's the plush, like, Imperial looking one. Like, to me, it made me think of that you know, freighter, ship, Corvette, and the first Star Wars Episode 4. Okay? Well, it was the first movie is Episode 4. But, you know, the one Princess Leia's on, it gives me that kind of diplomatic feel, which is why it does say Ambassador on the name. So we need to test out some of the other ones, like the Thunderbird and such. And of course, I don't remember which system I am in. Spice. All right, so we are in. It's been 2 years since we discovered this system. Oh wow. So I'm pretty sure this is one I should have some of my planet stuff here. But you know what? No. Let's go. We don't have a buildable thing here for the Corvettes. We just have the landing pad. So we're going to get the Expedition rewards. Let's go ahead and knock that out for here. Yeah, collect the rewards. Let's just go to Expedition 19. So the stuff that we got was a nice jetpack exhaust. Starship exhaust. The Corvette weapon is the main one I want. So you get one weapon, and you also get the recipe to make more of them. So that's the big one. If you haven't done the Expedition yet, you want to get that. Mecha Mouse egg. I'm going to actually wait on that because I'm not worried so much about that. We'll get the banner and that. The posters, yeah, we'll do those. That's just unlocks. But yes, we got a Dead-Eye cannon. So single rifled barrel, precision and deep space combat. And I can craft more. So you see 2 solar mirror, 1 star shield battery, 5 metal plating to craft it. So it's not like the other stuff on like where you have to go and find them. This is one that you do get the recipe for as part of the Expedition. So definitely do the expedition if you are wanting to play a bunch with the Corvette. Worth it just to be able to get a better weapon. So we're gonna go to space station. Wait. Where's that one at? I feel like maybe that is the current system. Hey, Jason, you made it. You beat Jenny this time, actually. We should just say where. But it doesn't. All right. You know what? We're just gonna try it. Space station here. I don't have to worry about going and walking out or flying outside. Oh, yeah. The broken space station. And of course, you know, get an upgrade. Why not? Apparently, yeah, I've not bought that upgrade before. So this is not my station that I need to be at. So we'll go to Spice Destroyer. Late getting snacks. Yeah. I'm sure she's getting snacks. Timmy's had his snack. He's also the size of a snack. Oh. Timmy, watch out. If I get hungry enough, may have to get a nibble in. Okay. So now oh, and I do want to mention something, and I'm pretty sure this is just something to do with the game, period, now at this point. I did have, okay, well, it's not a problem here then. So on the other save, the Corvette Expedition save, I was trying to create the chlorine expansion, make money that I found that it was being problematic. So several times I watched as the chlorine expansion was finishing, like it's ticking down to completion, and then there's nothing in it anymore. I don't know if it was a placement issue or something else, but I lost a couple of stacks of chlorine and oxygen because of that. So it did slow things down a bit more too on me finishing the expedition because of a bug where it literally just it disappeared everything, but it acted like something was in the output. I couldn't put anything in there, but there was nothing in the input. So I don't know what happened with that. I haven't actually tested it with this, so we'll see if if that happens today. I was about to say it's probably the same issue we were having before with the capital ship, where the same thing happened there. I would come back and my stuff would be gone that I had put in for processing, but apparently that works now. All right, so what I want to do, you know what? I said this, I need to clear some room. I got some stuff to sell. Let's sell some things. Not so much about the money, but I need some space. So, okay, not selling that. Sparkling inlet. Yeah, I don't need a sparkling inlet. Oh, I need to, process that. You know, some of that stuff I don't have like an immediate need, but I'm gonna keep it. Maybe drop. Oh, there we go. That one. Chewed tank. Yeah, I don't need that. Fuel rods. Okay, that's, Corvette. Oh, and exosuit expansion. Yeah, I need to use that up. Yes, no, keep the water stain compressor. Yeah, see. Finned rib cage. Scrap refractor. Unusual cog. Pitted display. Yeah, so much stuff that you get from going around finding the scrap locations. 1.2 million for the Deadeye cannon. That's a pretty nice little price point there. Void, that's again something. Oh, I gotta get rid of that. Preserved lump. because that's totally what you want to keep. Okay. That hopefully has a decent amount of stuff cleared out. Oh, yeah, I got a few things now. Okay. So probably should take the opportunity to also dump some more stuff into the freighter. Yeah, I got access to the freighter, so oh yeah, here we go. I don't know if I actually need that right now. Aha, there we go. Yeah. Okay. There. All right. You know what? Let's just well, actually, yeah, I can go do that. I should have done that already. I saw it and I thought about it and then I forgot about it. Yes. There we go. All right. Done. And get that. So what I want to do, and granted, I can still access stuff because of it being in the same system. I've got the teleportation for my freighter. So we're going to take definitely the Habs because I want to kind of see how the other ones look. Titan class, you know, might as well take that. The diffusers and such we can worry about. Okay, walkway, hull link. Most of this I'm pretty sure is really just more of cosmetic to it. And that is not actually like a walkthrough type of thing. It's just a look to it. Air purifier, say like that. I'm pretty sure. I saw the reactors, yeah, but the purifiers such as that. That's what I was looking for. That one. That's ambassador. So I don't think I have another door. Yeah, I wish you could like sort these by name or have a filter for it. Also, I feel like again we need some kind of setup that like the nutrient thing where you have like here's your nutrient storage. Have that as part of the Corvette thing where you go there, you can put it in and it's like your Corvette storage. Even if it's something on the ship, you know, just something that can help with that. That would be great. Phase beamer, you know, not gonna worry about that. I need some landing stuff. I feel like these are landing. Yeah. And I haven't used them yet. So we'll try that. What I want to do is actually we're going to create a second Corvette. And I'm going to build it and just kind of look at some of the design stuff. And then, because I'm pretty sure I already upgraded the class on this, we'll kind of revamp the whole thing on this one, making a nicer Corvette. And I'm still going for functional over like just making it look pretty. I want it to actually be, you know, useful. So we'll do ambassador. Oh, actually, I probably should do, yeah, the landing gear. All right, that. Okay, so ambassador and Thunderbird. Okay. And Titan. And then we'll do a Titan walkway. Just see kind of how that looks because I got that. Thunderbird class walkway. And the, oh, I don't have an ambassador. Okay, so I got that. And we'll throw on that cockpit. And that one. I'm pretty sure that's, let's see, Thunderbird, I'm pretty sure is the basic one, right? So, we need that. So we got an ambassador. Well, I get it. Yep, landing bay. Okay. and a Thunderbird landing bay. So what else I got? Oh, Thunderbird landing thrusters. Okay, that stuff I'm not worried about. I just want to look at the cosmetics a little bit. So finalize. Ugly. Oh, excess cockpits. Okay, so I can't do more than one. Well, great. Okay, let's just take that out. Okay. No thrust. Ah, you're really gonna make me do this. Ah, fine. Like, I just want to look at something, you know? Okay, there's one. Some of these I don't even have, like, enough of to really do. I just want to get some, like, cosmetics looking. Oh, yeah, we'll throw a Deadeye cannon on there. Can I get out now? No. Yeah. All right. Okay, that. Okay, so much bigger, and then I know we've got the Medusa on the other one. So, obviously looking at. I don't care about that. I'm gonna add to collection. Yeah. Just want to see how really just the inside of certain things look. So, all right, that is different. All right, so here is the how do I get out? Basic one. So this is the standard one. Here's I think this is the walk path. So it's just a nice slightly different theme to it. That so this is okay, that's Ambassador. Yeah, cuz you see like kind of the very detailed kind of, you know, it's like a smoother texture on the outside. And I feel like there's one that had a full-blown like, you know, cushy kind of look. That is interesting. You know what? We'll try. Nice look to it. But, you know, I don't have to operate the hatch every time I want to get in and out. This I like better. You know, just walk up, you're done kind of thing. So yeah, it's the basic there. And then I guess I didn't have anything over there. All right. So all right, so if I get to it. All right, you know what, take that. That one I definitely don't like. So with this, the Ambassador class landing bay, I like that. Right there, we got the Ambassador class hab. That was the one I like. Then you got the Thunderbird and the Thunderbird. So Thunderbird was, yeah, the basic. Titan. I don't think I actually looked at that one. I think it. I don't know if I get to, you know, pop. There we go. Okay, we'll move this back just for now. I never did go look at a cockpit. All right, so we'll just throw. Oh, I am doing so bad on this now. There we go. Now pop on. Pop on. Yep, top. Yep. Okay. And oh, I need. It's gonna whine if I don't do this. Or actually, we'll throw. No. All right. Because I still want to look at like. Let's just do that. Okay. And that. No. I mean, I can't be a peaceful trader. I have to have a weapon. What if I just want to be peaceful? You know, it didn't make me do a shield. But you got to have a weapon. Like, why not have a shield as well? Okay, so that is... This makes me think of a more clean, but, like, This is what I would see in Starfield. That's the kind of designs I would see in Starfield. Okay, so this... Honestly, that almost... I mean, yeah, it's got that same texture of the Ambassador, but it feels almost like... With the wiring, it makes it feel kind of almost alien. In a way, like it's Geiger, like xenomorph almost thing, except it's not dark color. I'm sure I could probably recolor that and make it feel even more like that. So that's the Ambassador. Let's now try the Titan, because the Thunderbird is the one I already had on the other one. That's actually a nicer looking one. I kind of like that look. Feel like I'm liking the Titan stuff a little bit better. Maybe Ambassador for like a, you know, living quarters type of situation. Come on, yeah. Okay. Oh, no. So I can't. What? I can't take all that out? Continue, modify, yeah. So I can't just say, okay, it's done. Oh, all right. That could just be done that way. Okay, so there's the cache inventory. So how do I get rid of it now? I won't get rid of the thing. So I can do that. I just can't do it when I've already put stuff down. I want to get rid of it now. All right, fine. I guess I'm going to have to build this out. Okay, so... All right, that is Titan class walkway. Yeah, okay. So again, I'm liking the Titan class design, except for the Titan class or Thunderbird class. So Titan, okay, Titan class is that landing bay. So that's Thunderbird, right? That's the... Okay, maybe that's the one I already had then. I guess I feel like they could just named it like name it, but then have it be C, B, and A quality levels. Garago, or Garajo? I don't know if I'm saying that right. I hope I got it right. Hey, thanks for joining. I think I'll go with that one for right now, just because that does not feel like the normal one. Yeah, so that's Titan. Thunderbird. Yeah, so all right, Thunderbird is the basic, which I feel like, yeah, they could have just put it in alphabetical. Or I mean, that's okay. Thunderbird's here. If that's the absolute basic one, then why is it that the Titan goes for first? That seems like that would be C, B, and A, and instead it's C, B, A, because that's the one we start with. All right, fine. How many of those do I have? I think I had 4 of them. You know what? Oh, okay. So let's take that out. Wait. Okay. I don't have an Ambassador class walkway, but I do have a Titan class walkway. Can't rotate. All right. Ah, God. Yeah, I'm store design for like, they definitely could still improve upon this. This is still not Okay, so resume editing. Okay, you know what? Let me go to my freighter. Mode, it is the new Corvette mode. You just have to go and grab some, buy some supplies, build a Corvette, or play the current expedition, which would be the best thing to do, because the current expedition will get you a bunch of stuff, and you'll get a bonus. I mean, it'll give you a good introduction to it, but also give you a bonus weapon at the end for Corvette. So go do the current Expedition 19, and you can get all the goodies and start building your custom Corvette. It's funny, it wouldn't let me transfer any more out, but I somehow still had room in there for more. Oh, don't know why that was sitting there. Okay. Weird. Need a transfer all option. A lot of this, actually noticing one of those, I might have actually been accessing stuff just because of the teleportation being enabled. Okay. All right, yeah, I got plenty. All right, now let's try this again. I got resume editing. I still ain't getting walkways. I'm gonna have to do some trading in after I get at least something. I was hoping to be able to just dump it afterwards and, be done. Well, you know what? All those I have spares of, I'm pretty sure. So let's just do it this way. Since it's a starship in all technicality. Let me just salvage it. What? Cannot break it. What? So how do I get rid of it then? I don't. I create it, so now I'm stuck with it. I just have to rearrange the modules. I can't say, you know what, let's just scrap the whole thing. That's dumb. That's dumb. I'm gonna say it. It's dumb. All right, fine. We're gonna do like this. And that's what throw that walkway in. That's why it gives that. So it's not a hab, it's just a pass through right now. And then actually, you know what? Just take those out. I was going to kind of do it as a link, but that's obviously not wanting to play that way. So, I guess I'm just going to go ambassador because I got 2 of them left. Like that. Okay. I got the cockpit on there. Yeah. So I've got 1 extra. All right. That's fine. Got the landing bay on there that I like. So I do need boosters. Let's look and see. So that's... That looks less impressive, but it's the best on the balance side. This, less maneuverability, but more efficiency and boost. That's overall. I mean, the efficiency is 11. Boost is 11. That's 17 and 12. But 6. So you're really trading off on the maneuverability there. And then here you really trade off of maneuverability. I feel like I want to use these instead. Oh, well, I only need one. Okay, we'll put it there. No, keep going. That's the main engine. So then we also have the Arcadia, which efficiency, again, you trade for maneuverability. That one I don't have. But again, all right, so the twin EcoJet seems to be the most balanced on all of that. Heavy booster. Oh, it's a last main engine. That's okay. So I only have the one. Or could only. Can I do? No, I can't do that. All right. So that's a light thruster. Light thruster. Apparently, I only have the one light thruster to choose. So it's slightly less on the efficiency, but better boost. That's 17% efficiency and 14 boost. That is 16% and 17 boost. So I get better boost, slight less efficiency, same maneuverability either way. So we'll just we'll slap them on there, and then get it to. That did line up the same. Yes, it did. Okay. So main engine performance has been reached. It's only going to be cosmetic. Okay, fine. So 8, 14, 7. All right, so we obviously want this. I can build 7. Haha, we're going to do 2. And they'll get moved later when I get something better. All right, so phase beam array. That's the laser. And we got the 4-ton cannon. That I'm really hoping this is the shotgun weapon. I really hope. And I can build another one. That's the one from the expedition. Plus 15. Automatic recharging and less launch cost. Yeah. That I should have one. I could buy that. That's not one to worry about. Range and warp cell efficiency. Okay. I'm really not worried about the range and warp cell as much because I've got the freighter for that. So this looks appealing. But also, if I was going to be doing a bunch of fighting, I'm going to do with the azimuth. I'll throw a couple of those in there. That's good. Okay, I think that's got everything as far as the main stuff. So now we can do some customizing with the cosmetics. Thermal grit. Oh yeah, thermal grit totally works on that. Yeah. Girder array. Yeah, no. All linkage, industrial joint, relay joint. Okay, so these are ones that it almost feels like that should have a walkthrough as well, but it probably is just gonna be a piece between. So reinforced hull link. That is a rather big one. Yeah. Speedbird dome section. Well, I don't have. I guess I could do it as a dome if I had the room for it. Diffuser. Oh, that kind of can work almost. Cargo sphere. I kind of feel like I do want that for some storage. I'm pretty sure it adds storage spots. Oh, it's been limited. All right, so I've already got enough. Oh well. Let's look at the window options. See that? I don't like the edging there. You see, you got the extra little bit on the edge. I don't like that. Just kind of sticks out from the way the door is done. But that lines up perfectly with it, so you don't have a gap on each side. That gives me a nice view out, at least. We might want air purifier, because, we like to have nice, fresh, breathable air. I could throw that on there. Okay. And the fuel rods. I don't want to lap over that. We'll throw some fuel rods up there. Radiator vent. It's a little too bulky. That at least fit. Satellite receiver. Okay. That's weird. Look, it's acting like it's attaching there, but you see it's off to the side. Okay. That's not supposed to do that, I'm expecting. Okay, that's got all those. You know what, let's see if it will. Nope, it works. Okay. Well, looks a little better. Honestly, I would like to do maybe the landing gears on the side, I think. But first, let's grab, oh, you know what? Can I use it in this or purchase, trade? All right, so well, that's the easier way. Let's just filter this way. Access ways. Okay, so yeah, Titan, the basic one, the Ambassador, a nicer little extending one. The Thunderbird, I don't really like. So it's like Titan is basic, Thunderbird is the middle. Again, why you couldn't just have a C grade or whatever next to it? If it's that, if not, then you know, just a little bit different name. Instead of Titan and Thunderbird, they get too close together. Ambassador stands out. It's an A. Then you got two that start with T. Start with one like the well, you got Azimuth, the Zenith class, you know, instead of reactor, Zenith class modules. Then it would stand out a little bit better. There's, okay, landing gear. All right, so we got, I want to say I've got at least, I got the fancier landing. Why is the fancier landing gear not showing? Okay, so we got Magfield. And we got that somewhere also showing under somewhere else. And we got the basic ones. I don't have any more of these. So let's try a trade offer. And I can access all of those. Something I got like a bunch of. There. Swept casing. Let's try it. Unlikely. Oh, and it takes all of it, of course. By, you know, default. Oh, that's even worse. Well, it's a little better, but still unlikely. You know what? Actually, let's try this. Okay, so just by the count of them, 48%. All right. But if I do a single one, that is an odd change there. 13% for a single, but 48% for two. And 3% gets you 96. So it went from 13 to 48, which is not double. And then from 48 to 96, which is double. So 2 to 3 is a double value, but 1 to 2 is a... No, it's not quite... It's 3 point something S. That's weird that is getting that calculation. Oh, here we go. Thermal grills that are, like, ugly. 1%. Okay, yeah, never mind. The thermal grills can be the... use something else. Diffuser. 0%. You know what? That's a good one. Diffuser. 0 to 13. Oh, yeah, don't worry about that. Let's see. Phase beam array. Cargo sphere. I mean, I've already used up enough, so I guess I could try dumping those. Dump one arcade. Okay, that's good. 44% there. 91%. I'm gonna say, yeah, let's go for that. Got it. Okay. That's some weird calculations there. So let's take this and move it to the back on each side. And then I'm going to add a new one into the... Actually, I guess I should just move one and added the other one. Okay. So now that is done. We'll apply the edit. Let's take a look. That gives it more of a balanced look on the landing thrusters. So we got this. And of course, you know, the cockpit is kind of on one side. That's fine. And we got that. And then I still need to build a upstairs. But oh yeah, that's right. It's in the middle. So let's internal stairway. And I don't like having that too close to the cockpit because that did cause problems before, but I guess I'll do it that way. So get up here, nice view. All right, this could be living area. And yeah, so now the thing here is every module we have adjusts around the look of the hab. So I know I want to have, well, I need to probably get to the other, get out there, get to this side. So this middle hab is really just going to be the walkway up. Because if I put anything as far as these on there, it's going to block a doorway. Which is fine on this side. So I'm going to keep it like, bam, there. So we'll have a couple of living walls. And the nutrition unit makes sense to have the nutrition unit there. Look at this nice fancy little kitchenette. And I'll figure out what plants I want to put in there. And then what I want to do is we'll do, it was 8, I believe. Yeah, number 8. And then I'm going to do a pair of refiner units. So I have plenty of refinement. I'm worried about the mission radar. I go get missions elsewhere. That's fine. And I'm going to expand this later as I get some more of the other things. I still find it interesting you build a short-range teleporter inside, which should be linked somewhere to teleport to, but, you know. Way more stuff to choose from on this game save. Oh, yeah, the planter. I could put the planter in, right? Yeah. Actually, probably good to put it on this side with the other planters. Won't have power officially, but it will still work. Because, you know, that's magic. I'm not gonna go too crazy with the upgrades on it. Just enough. We'll do some nip buds. Why not that? And then the fungal cluster. There. Oh yeah, health station seems like a good thing. And of course we get this weird rotation thing of it does in some spots. This could be good. And well, yeah, let me. Of course, can't use the camera in here. So I just kind of boom. Okay. Can't tell. Is that right side up or upside down? I feel like it could very well be upside down. Like that one might be. I think that's right side up on that one. I never paid attention to the orientation on them because I'm not worried about them rotating like that typically. But in this case, yeah. Okay, let's go up. Actually, now that is blocked off, I don't need space, so we'll throw... Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, I'm missing an amino chamber. Okay, I can still get that in there. Up here. And let me just look. Do I have like a bed option for in here? I can't remember where the bed design options are. I don't think it's actually giving me that. I think we can build so much, like the counters and such still can be built in here. It's a very interesting middle ground between like the obviously the starships and the freighters, the capital ships. Oh yeah, there's bed. Okay, so I could build the bed like that, or I just do the true birth. There, let's do that. The fancier looking one, and then you know what? We can throw like a little sofa in the back. Yeah, that, and I could have done the classic chair. Yeah. Say I saw something. Can't scale. That's not gonna work then. I was want to scale it down, itty bitty. I can't build that anyway, so don't worry about the robotic companion. You know what? We'll throw an ornate stool. Not placed right, but doing the best I can without having a camera I can use. Not giving me the camera. There we go. So we got a little teapot. And, you know, I shouldn't need it here, but why not? Throw in a nice little fireplace up here. We're going to make this fancy. Actually, you know what? I don't want to do that. Let's take that out. And, well, I think just like a TV. Instead of a colored screen, we just need like a simple display. Like, it's colored, it's blue, it's orange, it's green, you know, just give us a plain display. Looks like it's almost a big pictures frame, but you know, like it gives that feel of it. You know, and yeah, that's not working anyway. It's just okay. Yep. Oh, yep, that's okay, maybe I can make this work. It's not going to go as low as I want, but I can do that there. Okay. And now that cleans it up a little bit, not a lot. It's still goofy. No, it's still acting off the back of it. Okay. Well, don't know. That rotation effect does throw things off on, or does limit things. Hopefully they get that fixed. It's got to be a thing. Same thing that happens in some places on the bases and such with some of the designs for the walls. It does not play nice and makes you do that. Okay. So over here, I am going to add. Yeah, there's not much I can do on the off-center part just because of the way that's set up in the game. Cannot be resized. Well, fine. I'll just put it right there. Hey, I can't help it that the game is, like, not going to cooperate with that. You know, they should have designed it where it didn't have that weird interference, and I turned that the wrong way. I think, yeah. Of course, can't resize that either. Do that. I'm putting those in because the barrel fabricator, you get nice goodies, and the other one, it'll restock every now and then, gives me stuff. I want to say this one does it too. I think. So let's throw one barrel in there. From here, there's some others for that. You know what? That's let's see. Yeah, search. And okay, that one does not let me search, so we'll take that out. But I can search. Say get free goodies. The little bugginess, and they reset, so you know you just get tons of free stuff. It's a good thing to throw in your capital ship, your bases, stuff like that when you can. Table. Let's get a table, like not the corner, but like this. Yeah. Get camera would be useful right now. Okay, so I got that. Oh, and, you know, why not a nice little rug? You know, gotta tie the room together, you know? It's the rug ties the room together. Just ask Lebowski. The dude. That's what I was gonna do a little globe, you know. Again, it'd be easier if I could see with the camera, flying camera thing, but oh well. You know what? Just for the notion of this is not so much like a vat. Oh, and I can't go that small with it. Oh, never mind. I was gonna make it like it's an aerator. You know, something for and you know, improving the freshness of the air or something. We'll go with that. That's fine. That gives a nice little look there. And we'll do a wonder projector. Go itty bitty too. Not okay, just slightly bigger than the smallest. All right, and let's select a wonder. Digimon or Sync, you know. You know what? We'll go with that. That's a oh, yep, too big. Okay. So I did go a little bit bigger than I needed to. See if it will work. Still too big. All right. I thought it might work. Maybe if I picked like another thing, it might work. But I'm pretty sure that is still like as small as it's gonna get. Pocket reality generator. Is that going to? Can't resize it, and it won't go on the table, right? All right, you know what? Fine, that's enough. So I've got my nice little bed looking thing. I got me couch, got this, and then of course that's just the fancy area. So we actually have hazard protection. Wait a sec. What? Where'd that go? I built something that threw it. That got rid of it. The health station disappeared on me. There. All right. Yep. First aid. So I come in, I can get health, I can get hazard protection right here. You got food, plants growing. Okay, yeah, it shows no plants, but I can still collect them for carbon. So another good use, put a planter or two, you get free carbon from it. And then, again, you put these in, you get those. Problem's going to be the refiner units being the way. I do like the fancier looking. Like, this makes me think of Alien and Aliens like that. Like, I feel like that's the interface to Mother, which was the computer system for the ship in Alien. And Aliens, I want to say, I think they used it in Covenant, Alien Covenant. Can't be sure. And I haven't gotten to watch Alien Earth yet. But yeah, it makes me think of that kind of style. That's actually a better reference for the kind of the vibe this gives, as opposed to the diplomatic ship in Star Wars Episode 4. More of the, yeah, it feels kind of like that area of the ship on Alien, where it went in there to the computer. I like the storage container design much better. Okay, so Now, coming back out, I'm going to dump these supplies here, trusting that that stays. There, yeah. All right, so I've got me a new Corvette, and all I wanted to do was test out some stuff and then redesign the other one. This looks better. It does look better. So only a C class. I got that. I do have to. Oh, yes. Look at that. Deadeye cannon with positron ejector. So it is the shotgun. That's what you want. You want to go and complete the expedition that's running right now. Get you the shotgun weapon. Let's see. I need to talk to this guy. Because I want... okay, don't need that one right now. Alright, so we got that positron ejector. There we go. Install. Boom. Look at that. Better weapon. Cool. So now, you know, I'm just thinking about it. I don't know for sure 100% if that weapon will work with the trick for getting more stuff. So I need to extend something. Okay, let me... throw that on there, and then I'm going to throw that on there. So that gives me a little bit more room. That, oh, that's going to cause a problem in my couch. But what I want to do is photon, well, okay, apparently I don't have any more of those, so never mind. All right, I was going to do that because I don't know if the shotgun weapon will work correctly as far as getting resources for that. And you know what? Now I realize I think that's why I was at the other space station, the other planet, because the planet in this one, awful. Yeah, that's what it was. Now I recognize that name. Felonius, hello. Timmy said hi, but he's also asleep. Oh, and I fall out. That, oh, that is just lovely. Somehow I've really broken it. How did I do this? This is a new fail, devs. Truly a new fail. Like, horrible fail. That is awful. And I can't go out. So let me get over here as close as I can to my ship. That is a whole new level of failure. All right, I gotta time this right. Oh, and it won't let me through. That, okay, yeah, that is bad. Seriously, devs. So I can't step out of that room without doing that. I think it has literally got me to the point I can't fly back up. So, well, we gotta have an unstuck command on this. I don't think I've ever had to actually worry about it that bad. Yeah, I'm stuck in the ceiling now. Well, that is not cool. Can I get back through here? I don't know. This is how I fell through, so I would think that whatever bug let me fall down inside the structure would let me get back out. Nope, I am stuck. I am truly stuck. That is ridiculous. that is one of the worst bugs I've seen in the game, and I am truly like stuck. All right, so we're going to restore point from before. It's bad enough that it saved with me already falling through. How is that? How does that work? I'm going to try this again. Just to see, because I know I got there through the space station before. Because that's how, I mean, I had already been to the system, so I went back to be able to get more modules. I went through the space station, teleported to do it. So I know I've already done this. And I remember last time going through, the big problem was that there's no teleporter to fast travel you to that side of the area. Okay. How? How did I do that? That is weird. That is so weird. Yeah, that's the one thing about the broken stations. You don't have a teleporter. And for some reason, it parks you at the very last one. Like, yeah, thanks for going to this abandoned station. We parked you at the very end. So you have to walk extra far. Like, that, at this point, they're just being rude to us. I mean, the lights are on. The landing strip lights are on. Why don't we have at least the teleporters to jump down here? All right. First actual flight with the new design. Oh, I still get the photon cannon regardless. Okay. So even without a weapon system, you get a photon cannon. All right. Let's go to... I don't remember the name of the planet. It's not that one. Salvageable scrap. But that's blighted. What was the one that was overgrown? There we go. Mirberta. So we want to do the easy way here. We want to go to Mirberta. Autopilot is a very nice touch now with this. Yeah. Let's just go and hang out while my ship goes flying along. You know. Grab my goodies. No, not going to do that. It's a nice, you know, opportunity for you to get stuff done, but also, you know, sometimes you're just kind of like, I'm just going to sit here. Before, at least, we were like, had to worry about the, you know, you were pulsing and you targeted what you thought was right and it would target somewhere else. And you're like, now, oh, I got to adjust for this. So now, this, you don't have to worry about that, but now you're just kind of like waiting for it to get to that point. And I'm getting close enough. I don't care about that object of interest. It's not interesting to me. So let's maybe go towards the daylight side. And storage container. All right. So now, and I haven't looked to see if they updated this. Jenny, you made it. About time. Jason was getting worried. So is Timmy. He's worrying in his sleep. Okay, so now autopilot without a target. So I get here and right there. Okay, so they haven't fixed it where we cannot scan and look for them. All right, well. Okay, so I've got 655 versus this. So if I go there, I'll be able to then come back here and then go there and go there. Yeah, okay, so we're going to go this one first. So they didn't change that yet. They're supposed to nerf this. So you can't do quite like this. Okay, but I can still target the ground and destroy the stuff around it. Okay. Because you know it's working when you see the red side pieces as you're shooting the ground. And they didn't make it where you have to get out and collect it with E yet, because I target the container and the other stuff goes away. Okay, so this one I might have to actually... Nope, got it. Finally. Alright, so I have... If you haven't followed me already on this, if you are watching Excalibur, I don't know if you've been seeing this, but basically go in and hotkey while you're in the cockpit, the leave cockpit, like just leave cockpit, not autopilot, leave cockpit. It's the one right before the autopilot. Just hotkey it to something and you can then quickly jump out of the seat and have a way to just go and scan for this. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. And just scan, find it, and we go up here and the base weapon. Actually, we're going to try it with the positron. Yeah, that's better, yeah. I know some people said to use like the one with the AoE damage, but I found just the basic weapon works just as well. You just gotta be a little bit more careful targeting at points. That's 1,000. That's 900, so we already got a closer one there. All right, we're gonna go this, and then of course you gotta get far enough back that you're not where you can access the cockpit if you're looking at the cockpit, because then it will try to do that instead of marking the location. Okay, I've got a bad angle here. There we go. All right, so yeah, if you just hotkey leave pilot seat, and just makes it easy to do that repeatedly. And then just get out, do some scanning. That's 8. It's 13. So we'll go up, again. Gotta get out of the way. Okay, that's perfect. We'll get that one. And you gotta find the right planet. Give me a second. Actually, after this next one, I'll show the glyphs for the planet. The one I started with was not very useful in terms of the salvage, because it was just like I'd fly forever and find one spot. So there's the glyphs. It's in Euclid. The map pin, rising sun, butterfly, steamship, rising sun, Two-Face, vortex or black hole, rising sun, bird, Triforce, TP, and then Two-Face. And it is my birthday, discovered by me a year ago. So yeah, it is, as you can see, very dense availability of the salvage. So it is so good. I mean, you just see, you know, one spot I have like 4 or 5 showing visible from one place. Did not get that on my other planet that I started trying this on. So yeah, you gotta find, it's all about location. Location, location, location. This is a very good one. So if you were looking for a spot to do this, you already heard about this. Here you go. That's the coordinates for this. I feel like I would show it on the coordinate that's changed, but then there's going to be all these bases getting built here. It's going to get cluttered. So no, we're going to save it for us, for our people. Those who watch get the privilege of knowing about this very high density planet for the salvageable scrap. All right, so now, besides the interesting music in the background, there you go, one more. Okay, I think that's the one I had earlier. We're looping back. And it's so much easier this way because you're not having to huff it on foot, and you're not having to go and get out of the ship. Now, if they do change it where you have to get out of the ship and go press E to interact with the cargo module to pick it up, don't worry. Same trick should work then. All you got to do is go to here and beam down to planet, do that, and then beam back up. So it's a very easy way to do this. Oh, yeah, it's a starship. I'll put all these away. Actually, I dump this stuff into the suit because I got stuff to sell again. So I'll fill up. I mean, this I did literally maybe a total of an hour before I started the expedition and loaded up on stuff. So we've got to have all this in order to trade. And so I got the inventory full, which is fine because if any of those match to what's already in there, then I can actually go and still stack them in there as long as I'm not running out of room. I need another storage container. Oh, because I put the wrong one. That's why. That's why I'm out of room. Because I picked the wrong one. I thought it was number 8. Oh well, I'll go and I'll change it out once we get to, need to go back up. I can fill up the ship and my inventory. You know, I probably should have scanned before I got back in. Okay. Unfortunately, this is also a plant. You can't just look for the yellow markers because there are some intelligent plants around. No. Jason? I don't know about everybody else, but it's all right for me. My biggest complaint is I finally was forced to go to Windows 11. Do not like it. Still won't like it. Because if you don't know, you got to upgrade to 11 before October 14th or 15th. I think it's 14th. And to keep getting updates. Otherwise, you got to pay a subscription fee to get updates for Windows 10. I'm not doing that. But I also not pleased with 11. 11 did break quite a few things I've had to fix. So, actually, it broke the mic. I had to go and fix the mic so it would recognize correctly because it started flagging all sorts of drivers as being a problem. Just is a headache. And everything's placed weird, looks weird. That's my biggest complaint for the week. Everything else is pretty good. Timmy's pretty good. Just trying to make sure he doesn't lose any more of his front teeth. Make sure he doesn't, and at least he gets to keep his snaggletooth that he's got. told him he plays too hard, you know? Just plays too hard with his toys, tore some teeth out. You know, I'm a Linux person anyway. I've used, I started Ubuntu back in like 2009 and used it for a long time when I wasn't gaming on my desktop that I had when I started the channel. I only switched back to Windows because of gaming. And now it's getting harder to justify Windows for gaming. Other than, in my case, it's not just the gaming. It's the fact that I am currently stuck because all my stuff is set up in Adobe Premiere for the video editing. And I have, because it's a learning curve and having to basically rebuild everything that I have already spent so much time setting up, I haven't moved to DaVinci Resolve yet. Also, because the way I got my stuff rigged up with Premiere, I'm able to render on my server, and I'd have to go and drop 300, I think was the thing for the studio license for DaVinci, which is not bad in the grand scheme of things for what I would get out of it, but it's still a case of I'd have to spend a lot of time revamping everything. And I only say that because DaVinci does have like a Linux capable version, you know, can install on Linux, or at least the last time I looked, they still had a Linux build for it. But the other reason is modding. Modding is not exactly the same on Linux, and there are mods that are not going to, they'll, you know, you can install them, but they're not going to work on Linux versus Windows. Like modding Subnautica is quite different on like Steam OS than on Windows. So there's no reason I keep Windows is just greater compatibility. If I wasn't doing the channel, I probably would have already switched to Linux and just be dealing with it. You know, I feel like the next time I build a gaming system, I'm not going to, if I do build another gaming system in the future, considering how the usage on this is done, I'm probably going to build just a server and end up using a virtual copy of Windows with Steam Link for running all the more Windows particular games, so I can do my modding and everything in that, so I can run it and have it do the GPU pushing and everything through Steam Link to use it for the GPU, but also then just have it where I can access it like a regular machine and play it. And honestly, Steam Deck's gotten really good. You know, the other Steam-based consoles, handheld consoles, are doing really well. Really, the only thing for a desktop is the fact that you need that extra horsepower to get the much better graphics. But I mean, for work, I use Linux, Ubuntu, with a lot of customization on that. And I really, you know, compared to other systems, I have a Windows 11 virtual machine on my laptop for work. So I do have it if I just have to have Windows for a certain software, or for looking something up for a client that I have to be able to find a very obscure little thing in Windows. And it runs better than like a standalone system on that, just because of the way I've got everything tweaked. So it's still a case of, you know, the channel's what's keeping me on Windows right now. Otherwise, I would have already been looking at moving to just Linux and gone Ubuntu, because it is a desktop. If you want like a gaming distro, especially for a handheld, look at Bazite. If you don't want to do like official Steam OS, look at Bazite, because it's like Steam OS. I mean, you put it on like a little handheld. There's a lot of people that take like the Lenovo Legion Go or something like that, and they reload them with, because they come with Windows, they reload them with Bazite, so they get that. Look at ETA Prime. He uses Bazite on quite a few of the handhelds and some of the custom build PCs he does for the Linux gaming side. Just because he's building a gaming specific machine. If it wasn't for that, I would, say just go with Ubuntu. But if it is a gaming specific machine, yeah, Bazite works wonderfully well. Honestly, if I built if I was more of a couch gamer than desk, that's what I would do. Is I would build me like a little home theater style PC and load it with Bazite and have it where I could play all my Steam games sitting at the couch on the TV with like a controller. That's all right. You know what? No, we'll do this one because there's more in the area. Also, I would love. I think Bazite would work better as far as compatibility for like classic game emulators. If you wanted to do that, like you wanted to relive some old console games, Bazite might be a better fit because SteamOS takes a little extra work to get that going properly. I still haven't fully done that on mine. Ooh, two. Okay, well, close, but not side by side. So, okay, we'll go with this one. I feel like there's another one under me. Oh, yeah, it's a weird time, and I know some people say they don't have problems with 11. I got a coworker who does not have any issues with 11. He thinks it's fine. He likes it. I'm still the kind of following history. You look at we had like XP was good, Vista was horrible, 7 was good, 8 was horrible, 10 was good. So by following just the historical course, 11 is horrible. And honestly it's half-baked. It really is. Even now, half-baked feeling, because like there's certain things that you used to be able to, like, you go in settings and then you click on it, open in control panel, you could do it. Well, now it opens, you click on it, it takes you to control panel to do something, and then you click on that thing in control panel that used to work, and now that sends you back to settings, where now you just go in an endless loop, and it's like, okay, to do this, I now have to resort to command prompt to enable it through a command, because it just sends you back and forth for something that used to be so simple to do in control panel, a little extra work in settings, but they've now, like you do one thing in settings, then it takes you to control panel for the other stuff. Now it just goes in a loop to get you between one thing or another. And yeah, I'm not a fan of 11, and following their routine, 11 is the bad version of Windows. And normally at this point we should have a good version to already go to, but they didn't give us that. Like, we don't have 12 out yet. So that's weird. Like, you had XP, you had Vista, but you had 7. So XP went away, you still had 7. Then 7 went away, but you already had 10. Now we got 10 going away, but we don't have what's following Windows 11. So we're stuck with what is, following history and pattern, is the bad version of Windows. So yeah, I'm not pleased with that. I'm going to put up with it, but this is one reason, I need to start, I guess, look at learning DaVinci Resolve and trying to move things into it, so I can switch my editing over to that. Because other than that, it's just the modding for the games. And of course, in some cases, the compatibility on the games themselves, as far as Windows or Linux, they don't always work as smoothly. Oh, and then I don't know how much any of you follow some of the tech stuff, but one thing is, if you've got Microsoft 365, Office 365, and that's corporate or home, apparently, starting October, they are going to force install Copilot AI on your computer. And they literally, that was in their statement, force it onto the computers. He's not giving you a choice. If you're an IT admin, apparently you can go and request, like put in a thing to say, don't do this. And then it's only as good as they decide to honor that. But Copilot AI is going to be force installed if you've got a Microsoft Office 365 subscription. And it's not going to use a cloud-based service for running AI prompts. It is going to use your computer. They are doing this to offload the AI processing from their stuff to you, which means if you don't have an AI capable computer, I mean, it has the NPU or something like that that's meant for AI, it's going to hit your CPU. So and that's not like oh, well, I'm not going to use the AI chat thing. It's baked in with Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all of that. So you literally could be in Word and it will start running something to try and help by using AI to generate like something. Oh, hey, did you mean to autocorrect to this or that? It's not, it's going to be doing that. So you're going to see what I expect is higher CPU usage on systems that are not prepared for that don't have the GPU NPU combo for doing that kind of thing. And that means when you're using stuff like that, yeah. And again, it is literally from Microsoft themselves. Force install, not giving a choice, except for IT admins that have, like, I think it's the enterprise level of Office or Microsoft 365. If you got enterprise for the Office stuff, then you can request to have it not install. But enterprise plans start at 300 seats and something like $38 per seat. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of businesses that maybe have the 365 and are now going to be seeing the same problem too. Yeah, whole big stink going on about that right now. And, you know, it's Microsoft. They do what they want. They're not going to back down in the end. But somebody, some nice person somewhere is going to find a way to stop it and to block it temporarily. Microsoft's going to come up with a workaround for that or remove that option, and then you'll have to do a different one. But yeah, that's David Bomball covering it, and yeah, that on top of seeing some of the other stuff that's going on, like there's more and more services that are going to start requiring Face ID verification. Chat GPT is going to do it now. So if you use Chat GPT and you put in a prompt that seems like it might be someone who is underage, they can put you in restricted mode. And the only way to then run the prompts, get out of that restricted mode, is to upload a copy of your identification. So yeah, they're even doing that now. Pressure because of a teen who supposedly taught, I think it was, he chatted with ChatGPT as a therapist kind of thing, and it ended up making him kill himself. So now there's that pressure. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of just privacy and, you know, personal invasion stuff happening now on the tech side of things. That's why I have, at one point, I did set it up. You can do this if you have, I think you do it with Home Edition if you do the registry edit. But if you have professional Windows 11 Pro, whatever, you could go in and set a policy that it will not download or install updates automatically without you manually telling it to. That's what I've got set for mine, so I have to manually go in and tell it to update. And I've had it that way since Microsoft pushed an update that just, I don't even remember what it was they messed up, but it took systems that would run a game at 200 FPS and took it down to 20 FPS because they had a botched update. So I made it where it would not auto update because that was one they had to pull and left gamers, like people who were making their money doing YouTube and streaming like that, unable to make their money for 2 or 3 weeks while they were trying to fix the problem with the update. But aside from that, you can disable updates where you have to manually tell it to download and install, but that doesn't change the fact that some stuff will still install through the store link, which is how I continue to get new apps installed on my system through the store without me saying to. And that's how the Copilot thing is going to be done. It's not going to be a Windows update. It's going to be pushed to the store. I promise that. Which I feel like that's just a workaround. It's not an update. It's an app. So they have the right to push whatever they want onto your system. Like, first thing after I updated to 11, as soon as I turned it on, got back into got into the desktop, I had a whole thing of here's what we've added. And it was in Microsoft Edge, which I don't use. So it defaulted that, tried to default back to that for my browser, default browser. And then, which is, okay, Microsoft's pushing their thing, get it. But it also installed apps like Teams, Personal, and all that, which I don't use. I don't even like to use Teams Professional, especially with some of the security issues they've had. And yeah, it force installed it, made it start at boot. And if you go in apps, it's not a regular app where you uninstall it. It was an app through the store. So you have to go specifically in your start menu and tell it to uninstall from there. So yeah, if you do update from 10 to 11, also check all the crap that they install with it, because they will push a whole bunch of garbage apps into the system. It's the same as, I don't know why this hasn't happened yet, but there's some of the mobile carriers like Verizon got in hot water with class action lawsuits for pushing garbageware and crapware onto phones that they sold. That was not like Apple or Android. It wasn't like, oh yeah, this isn't a part of it, but it's like you buy a phone from Verizon and it came with there was like a football app and stuff like that. I remember years ago that they pushed onto the phones if you bought them from them. And they got a whole big class action lawsuit against them, and I think they had to stop on certain ones. They ended up having to pull it out because there was just so much negative sentiment from it. And, Microsoft's doing the same thing. I get, like, if Chrome's not your default browser and you open it up, it's going to say, hey, Chrome's not your default browser. You want to set it that way. I get it. You have it installed. You chose to install it, at least on, non-Android stuff or Google Chromebooks type stuff. You have a Windows PC. Chrome's not going to be installed by default. You choose to install it, but you don't want to make it your default browser. Fine, I get that. Pop up a message. Say, hey, it's not your default browser, but you're opening it. That means you chose to open it, and you're choosing not to make it the default. But turning around and saying, hey, Chrome's your default, but we're going to make Edge the default, and we're going to start opening up all this stuff. Oh, and we're going to install all these other apps of ours that you did not agree to have installed. That's I'll call that invasion of your privacy, because you're getting stuff. I mean, it could leak your data, but it's also a case of you're just being forced to something. But Microsoft's so big, they can pay off whoever they need to make sure that's allowed. I think it's only people like PewDiePie and others saying that, oh, hey, I switched to Linux. That has really got a lot of people wanting to switch to Linux. Plus the fact Linux is getting so much better all the time. I still stick with Ubuntu just because it's it's a Debian in distribution. It's got some nice features to it, especially because I'm used to Ubuntu server for stuff. But you could also go with just straight Debian. Ubuntu just gives you a bunch of different flavors that you can choose what you need. And there's a new one, actually. Aurora Linux is a good one to maybe check out because if I remember my coworker saying right, it comes from people who came out with Bazite for the gaming stuff. You can go with Aurora Linux, and try it. And it's supposed to be kind of like almost a Windows-like experience in a way, but obviously it's better because it's Linux. Oh, you know what? I know why. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this. That's why I was on the anomaly before, because I didn't want to go to the dead space station. Overall, I'm liking the ship right now. I feel like this is a pretty decent design. I do need more parts, but, you know. If I get more parts, I'm going to build it up taller. So, or not taller, I'll have like a whole double stack all the way up on the hab module. So it won't be like it is now. I'll move everything even taller. Again, I'm more worried about function than I am just straight, how does it look kind of thing. Of course. All right. So I'm out of room in the suit, which means I'm also out of room in the ship. Oh, I don't remember the purple. The purplicious. Oh, some weird thing because I got the weekend event going and that. Okay. I don't remember seeing the purple usually. But also don't need the salvage data. So. Let's go to back to that one just because I know it's got good economy. And I can get some stuff. And let's see what I can do as far as I think I'm just gonna stick with the ambassador design on stuff. I would kind of like to see some of the other variations a bit, but it's fine. Just gonna do some more remodeling after I clear some stuff. Gotta be careful I don't get rid of some of the good stuff. Like the softened marrow, that's not good. Oily valves. Unusual circuits. Well-preserved gyroscope. Hey, just what I always wanted. This is one thing about doing this. You end up running out of a room because of all the extra tradable junk. Humming cog. I don't want my cogs to hum. Okay. Oh, wait. Duh. Another thing is it's going to be in the Starship inventory. So, yeah. Somebody waving at me. Saw it right there. He waved at me. 16 oxygen. I can get rid of that. Okay. So that's all gone. Change the teacher's computers with cheaper, same specs as old computers, but with 11. Yeah, i3s are not a work grade processor. I'm just gonna tell you that's not a work level processor. i5 is what we start at my company for when we build systems for clients. i5 is the minimum we'll start at for a business computer. Doesn't matter what kind of it is, because you put an i3 in, somebody's gonna complain. That's all it's gonna be. They're gonna complain it's slow because it's going to be slow, you know. Should tell me which container it was. All right, so that's 0, 7. All right, let's get this one out. 7 in there. Yes, there we go. Okay, so I got it. You got an i5? That seems like you're doing. I mean, well, for work, mine's an i7, my laptop. I mean, you could get by with an i3, depending on what kind of task the teacher has to do, maybe, or, you know, what kind of work tasks are being done. But I would say if you're going to do an i3 for a work computer, at the minimum, you should have an NVMe drive. Not a regular solid state. It should be an NVMe M2 drive to give that extra speed boost to help give enough performance and have it work well enough. But I still feel like just from the core count and the capabilities, an i3 is the, like, Celeron, and the lower ones like that are home. i3 is the kind of middle of home, typical home, and then i5 I would consider being, or i7 be like the top for most home users. You're not going to see that many people at home needing an i7 for just home use. i5 is like the top level. You just want it to be really useful for your browsing and such. You know, maybe do a little photo editing or whatever. But I would say i5 should be the minimum for a business computer. Obviously, that's minimum for the standard business computer, not so much like, oh, you gotta have an i5, you know, to do graphics design and such. It depends on the use, but I'd say for standard office work, an i5 should be minimum. And that's just, to me, that, like, giving a teacher an i3 makes me say, you really don't want them to be able to teach the kids well, you know? Also, you know, an i3, I mean, if you're going to 11, I guess the specs also depends on the generation of i3. Like, if they're going from a 5th gen i3 to a 13th gen i3, there's a big difference there, okay? That works better. And of course, also, I guess, you know, an i3 or even lower would be fine if you are doing, if it's a dumb terminal. Basically, you use it to log into a remote desktop connection on a server that's got more power. Then I could say, yeah, you can go with something like an i3 or even lower for a work computer, because the power is not in that. It's just a connection out to the server for the VDI, virtual desktop infrastructure. But, you know, we always spec a little bit better for clients. Like, they say, well, here's the specs for what it says it has to have. Here's the minimum. So we'll just go with minimum. We always say we're going with the recommended, and we're going to try to go a little above that, because the moment you put something in for somebody, here's what it says you're supposed to have, and it's not just they don't think like, wow, this is snappy. Wow, this works great. They're going to complain. And when they're buying it from you, then that complaint turns into, I want a refund. You know, I want an upgrade, and you're going to pay for the upgrade kind of thing. So yeah, we always try to spec out as well as we can for making sure we're not going to get people complaining about the performance of their system. Okay, I got one. There needs to be a sorting thing for this. One ambassador hub, it looks like. Yeah, I got one more. Okay, so I need to get an additional one. So I need to, again, well, I wish it would just go back to this menu. Ambassador class hab. So something with a bunch. Ah, there we go. Let's see. Unlikely. I'm not gonna do that. Phase beam array. I got 11 of those. 46. All right, let's just throw 55. No. I definitely don't want to overdo it, but still, you know. I love how we can see like stacks of 500 for that. I'm going to save that big reactor for something else. I feel like it would give me a pretty hefty. There we go. Make offer. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Modify. So now, okay, so that, the azimuth, and the ion barrier. Okay, so this is about to break something. Yeah, because I'm going to put this in, and it's going to break my, oh. Yeah, that's cosmetic, that's fine. It's going to break the thing up on the wall, so I'll have to change something out. Well, that's fine. So, nope, not the higher G. Ion barrier. Yeah. Throw that on there. Ooh, move up. And the azimuth reactor. Yes. Actually, come on. Snap. No, it's not going to snap on the end. Okay. Apparently, it does not like to be on the end right there. Oh, I've already hit the performance limit, so no point there. Ooh, yeah, I could attach these at the end. Let's see. Well, again, I'm not worried about the range on that, so I got 9 to build. So I could always squeeze something on there. Still don't have a walkway. All right, let's go. I've got a bunch of this stuff now, so I can do some more cosmetic work. Yeah, some of this is very ugly, if you ask me. Oh yeah, no, not that one. Let's just do that. A couple of those. Could do that where it sits there, like sticks out like a javelin kind of thing. It's kind of neat. I feel like that's kind of like a neat little vibe to it. I kind of like the idea of maybe one of these like that or something, you know, just kind of giving like a like you're focusing straight ahead kind of thing. Oh. The only thing that sticks out that far though. Yeah. I don't have any of those. Trim cap. Okay. That's not exactly what I was kind of hoping to do with it, but Okay, well, this says cargo link. It doesn't say if it actually performs any functional part. You know what? We'll just go with a couple of these for right now. It kind of gives like a weird little look to it. Supply. And go and take a look inside now. So I added up top, which, okay, I get to keep, well, that's a problem. I gotta go put something on this side. So I need a modulus. I never did get a Medipod thing. It's okay. You know what? Mission radar on that side. Ah! I'm hoping we get some more modules for it. I feel like that could be fun. They actually moved the pod over there. Just turn this into like my lounge area. I think I just want to do that. Do like, yeah, crew berth over here. Do a couple more things, and this can be the lounge. Oh, I thought I told you to get out of there. There we go. Okay. And I'll just have to fill up. I may do like additional storage up here, I think is what I want to do. So let's start with 9 because I don't remember what's all each of these. Okay, yeah, not that one. I already did 8 because you know, that so. Ah. 6. Okay, yeah, that's good. So I could do like the chlorine expansion. That means 5 should be that. There we go. And I can put that there. That works. And then I may, you know what, I got 2 refiners downstairs for that stuff, but it's cheap. What? I can't target this side of it? I'm somehow targeting into there. Yeah, okay. I can target that, but not that. I just literally. Okay. What the? Why is it I can't put it there now? It's like it's targeting the wrong side. All right, so that sits. Is there a reason why that's not wanting to target on this side of things? Like right there? Right from this side now. Okay, so it was I couldn't get into the right spot here. I saw it go. Something about I'm just at the wrong spot, the wrong angle or something. I saw it go in there. Yeah, it starts and then it flips. There we go. Okay, that was being goofy. Okay, so I got this. So I can do my refining on stuff from those. And, yeah. So I got that. Come over here. Got my little sleep pod, which surprisingly doesn't actually interact. So I got the mission radar. You know, I may actually put the mission radar over on this side. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the mission radar. I don't really find the use, but at least it's like, hey, it's here. It's got something, and I still need something on that side. Okay. There. Could just give us like a blank wall filler we could put in for that. Would help, you know, on that part. I would throw a couple more. Oh, that's right. I got the cowling thing on the front, so I can't do that. All right. Yeah. Okay, so it's 2 hours 46 minutes. And you know, it's funny now it's not showing the plants, but it still works like it's got the plants there. So it's ingredient storage. Start throwing some of this stuff. Yeah, totally cook with the carbon nanotube. Salt. Okay. So at least I got some stuff out of the way. Here we go. So yeah, it's a much bigger ship now. Funny enough, I had a total of 3 hubs, and now it only shows, and now I've got 5. No, I have 4 hubs. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 on top. So now I've got 6 hubs, and it's only showing 3 of them. I don't get why those are showing in the list like that. I feel like that should have been addressed. So now let's upgrade. I'm going to upgrade the class on this one, since apparently I can't just get rid of it. I'm keeping this one. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do to A class, right? If I say, where's the thing? Still a little slow on that stuff. And then we're going to get some storage. I'm not so much worried about the cargo space, because you have access to the storage room elements. I'm more worried about this, having the technology space. Yeah. All right, so that's good. And I know I came here for a reason. So, we can do a small test. I got plenty, but let's go to my moldy balls base. And see my moldy balls everywhere. He is laid out. Oh, yeah, he knows I put him on camera, so he's like, oh, big stretch. And look. You said camera? Oh, no, I'm on camera again. What is it? He's like, oh, no, he said it. He said the camera. I'm on camera again. And, oh, wow. Okay. You notice there's a problem here. My base, it landed inside my base. That's not supposed to happen that way. There we go. That's all I wanted to come here for. Well, and the fact now I can't get out. Because it's in the way of that. So I can interact with the mission radar inside. But I can't interact with my portal now. That's okay. But I can still get inside the ship. Where's the portal? And it drops me out. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's beam aboard? Okay, so it's not going inside. That's an issue. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to... I can take that apart. Like it's part of the base. Yeah, toggle camera. Can I get... I can't even target the teleporter. I've got to move the teleporter because of that. And watch, the next time I do this, it'll land somewhere else. God, that is stupid right there. Yeah, they still have a bunch of work to do with this. It has not done... Oh, it also did not land, technically, because it did have the beam aboard thing, which is good. So no launch thruster fuel. We need... This should have already been done. We need a separate landing pad for the Corvettes. Which I don't think there is. Because I didn't get one. And they didn't have one in the expedition. You know, now I'm thinking about it, I didn't check the anomaly to see if there is one yet. Next game you want is Rising World. I know I've seen that one. I just can't think of the specifics of it. Actually, Jenny, I know one you might want to check out. I mentioned it earlier. Let me get my wire. God, it's been so long since I did this. There we go. Let me get my wire going here so I can teleport out. I mentioned it at the start of the stream. Let me find it because I gotta remember. Jump Space. It just released yesterday. It's 2 words. Jump Space. Take a look at it. It's not base building. It's kind of like... It's kind of neatly timed in with the Corvette thing. You get a ship where it's co-op, 1 to 4 players, and you basically crew your ship and you fly around doing missions. And so, you know, it didn't specify very detailed on some of them. I guess you could do like cargo delivery and stuff, but you get to land and then go out walking in certain like space stations, planets, stuff like that. You can also spacewalk. So it's very similar to the way the Corvette style gameplay is with this. But it's also makes me think of... It doesn't show base building, so it's kind of more like, I guess you would say, maybe the Starfield style of gameplay. But yeah, it just dropped yesterday in early access, and it's $20. So definitely check that out. I think it might be one, especially if they add some of the customization stuff for the Corvettes. It could be or for the ships in that game, it could be a very interesting one down the road. But yeah, just dropped yesterday, the 19th, so it's worth putting on your list to keep an eye on, at least, I would say. Oh, yeah, let me try to remember where I was supposed to go. As like, I don't play very often. I hadn't played this in a long time, so I don't remember. Not a fan of those kind of games. I saw it, I just thought, it's got very, very good details on the graphics, was my thought. Was like, it's got good detailed graphics, So to me, that's kind of like, hey, you know, that could be quite, you know, interesting if it's got gameplay to match the quality of the graphics. Hey, what the? Somebody just buzzed me and knocked me off my platform. I was literally trying to get to the next level down, and they just literally flew through and hit me. I am a pedestrian, and I was just hit in a hit and run. I need to somebody pull some footage. We need to find who that was that just hit me. Oh, they're landing. They better be getting ready to pay for my medical bill there. Ow, my neck. My neck hurts. I don't think I've ever had that happen before. I do not think I've ever had a ship hit me in my base. Trying as I was jumping from one spot to another. Just trying to get my money stuff, and they came and hit me. Okay, I am going to space station because I got money or stuff I need to sell for money. Okay, yeah. So that ended up back here again. Why? Oh, okay. So yeah, it just went to, it merges them together. So it's you add the storage rooms and it counts as one big storage container. So you can't choose which one, it just goes into the storage, and yeah. And oh wait, I'm about to run out of room in my suit. There we go. Okay. Come here. You got a lot of money. Please tell me. I'm glad this is not like Fallout where they have a certain amount of money that they have to spend and you have to like, you can't just be like, buy all of it. And then they do it. And you have to balance the money. I'm glad we can actually just sell everything. 517,425 activated indium. 76 million credits. And that's down. I mean, I did spend quite a bit. I was at 4 point what? You know, the max 4.5 something. So I did spend a lot on some ship storage upgrades. So yeah, I need to make some money back. Okay. That's why I have the farm. Okay, so positron module, yes. It restored it. Ship module, cyclotron, that was the one I was trying to think of earlier. Okay. Positron module, boom. And ship module. I'm afraid to move some of these just because of what happened before where it weirdly duplicated things, but yeah, I'm gonna wait because I don't know if they fixed that yet either. Alright, so I've got that. I've got good weaponry. I got a boost to shield. I got 2 ion barriers. Okay. That, yeah, I've got some stuff. I've got a much bigger ship now. So let's do a test. And, well, it's not going to hurt me any if this happens, but I want to do a test. All right, so I'm going to do this. Save. Yes. So now, is this side, right? Yep. Okay. That is one problem. I gotta go upstairs to get that. We'll try on this one up. Yeah, if I can get up the stairs. That is still goofy on that. Okay, so take a partial on that. I have to go to my oxygen farm at some point. I'm gonna put this in, so because again, what I saw on the expedition save was as this got to the end, like I'm watching it, it's fine with this. I get out, you can look at here, you see the percentage. As it got to 99%, it was still at 99%, and then suddenly it went to 0. Like, not actually showing 0, but literally there's nothing. Not finished, not 100%. You know, it's at, there's nothing. I go in, this is gone, even though I had just put a full stack of chlorine in. This was all empty. This was empty. Now, previously we had it on one stream where it acted like there was something stuck in there. I could put stuff in here, but I couldn't do anything because, or no, I couldn't put stuff in because it said output was occupied. Output was empty. But this time, after I tried to do it after last stream, I literally watched as stuff just despawned, basically, as it reached the 100% mark. So I'm hoping that that is fixed before I start throwing a bunch of stuff into my Corvette. We're going to watch it, because it wasn't like I went and was doing some other stuff at the same time. Let's clarify that. It wasn't like I was off doing something else. I wasn't flying. I was literally sitting there landed, letting it run while I went and did stuff. I noticed stuff was, wait a second, what happened to my stuff I put in? And so I literally put in like a thing and watched it, like a small amount of oxygen, and it just, I watched as it wiped everything out. So I wonder if that was to do with the placement in the ship. Like, because it was next to the door of the hatch. This is up here. It's also in the spot. It gave me problems with trying to put it in there. 100%. Okay, see, it went to 100% and then went to that. I actually get stuff out of it this time. I can actually get that. So that is an improvement. Still not perfect, but it is an improvement. At least it did it. Oh, that's carbon, yeah. Oxygen, we'll tap that off. Okay, that is at least an improvement over what it was. So I can live with that. But yeah, that was, I lost some, and that made it take even longer for me to get the money to go and find the other cruiser, derelict freighter, to get stuff for the rest of the expedition. 2 hours, 29 minutes. It's going to take a little while. So I got those. And I got that. Yep. See, one container, 4 times I got to use it. And I got, look at that. That's why, if you got the Atlas Pass and you can afford to build one in your ship, or build more. That's why I got that whole stack of them at one base for that. Okay, so I'm here on this. That's done. Let's go. I'm going to stay in this system now. I feel like I got enough modules. If I need to, I can go and trade up for certain things. But I did find quite a few things that were just, you know, oh, this is exactly what I needed, just by finding it. I want to check again because I just got to make sure I didn't just miss it. So I probably did. Is there a landing pad now for these? I want to say, I think we went through the whole list again last time, and I ran out. I feel like I did run out of salvage data doing that, and then I went and started grabbing salvage data, doing that little not the salvage cargo, but doing the same trick, flying around, getting salvage data and the cargo. That's why I had some. So I put it away. Got a lot of nav data I don't need to be carrying. Thought I had more. Was it? Oh, yeah. No, iron loom. What is it? I swear I had a bunch. Oh, 12 out of 30. I must have spent them again on something or forgot that I spent them. I feel like we did do this already. I went through the whole list looking, and there was not a new landing pad specific to Corvettes. You know, we get on the capital ships a little projected, illusion landing pad that works. And then we have the special landing pads on the space stations and anomaly, but there was not like an extra new, here's a landing pad sized for the bases. And I feel like that could be a perfect use, like redo the alternate landing pad. Like here's like the alternate landing pad doesn't treat like a standard landing pad, if I remember right. So just make it like the Corvette landing pad, make it slightly bigger, and it treats as a Corvette landing pad. Oh, I got stuff, hydraulic arms and topographic table along with a billboard. I don't know if I really don't care about the billboard, but I don't have enough for that anyway. All right, fine. Fuel canister, server block A. I may have to go with that because I am a tech person. So I have to go do some more base building stuff too. All right, so we got those already. I think I did that because I was just happening to find the bones that I needed. Again, that's all stone. That's yeah. Then I got the new ones. That's where I spent all of it. I spent all of it on unlocking this stuff and these, and that's it. I mean, okay, we got automated trap. So that's the water, trap. I guess I can go ahead and get that because I don't like the fishing. And then we have this. So the Nomad, which I don't use, and the Pilgrim that I don't use. So I haven't unlocked them. And that's it. I don't see anything as far as here is a larger landing pad, which makes no sense. We should have a larger landing pad for that. Let's say this. No, server block B. Okay, power transport. Data cat. Nope. Nothing. Not seeing anything for a special Corvette landing pad. And that feels like that was a major oversight because that should have been a thing. We should have that. Cause yeah, just the random landing thing. It seems like, I mean, granted, what can you do? It's a starship technically. I mean, it's counted as the starship. It's not your starship and your Corvette. It's a starship. It's just a different style of starship that you can customize. So you take your normal starships and say, oh, there's not a landing pad for this. Well, land it here. And it typically does not interfere with your structure by landing randomly. Can still do that, but typically it's not going to land where it's jutting inside of your structure. Problem here is you could customize this, and I don't know exactly how far out it limits you from building, but if it can build even this line right here, how do you plan around that? If it's treated like the starship and lands the same way a starship would, but you can customize it to be super wide. Like, how do you prepare for that as the developers? I don't think you can. So they really should have had a standalone separate landing pad for these that requires like a certain amount of room around it for your ship to land. That's storage container. Oh yeah, that's right. There's storage container. That's where that went. I gotta put it there. And oh yeah, don't have anything there. So this one, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing some chlorine expansion, make some money back. My activated Indian farm, make me some money. These, I just need to sell those. Also, that purifier needs to go. And I don't have a good bit of room left. Starship, I can obviously upgrade my room. And you can see, well, how it looks right there. Kind of interesting. Obviously, the little fools and everything like that is not supposed to go there. But this does kind of make it look like you got like a, we're going to go headlong into someone and like just stab them. But I mean, I'm class A, so I can do one more upgrade. Class S, I got enough nanites, I think. Shouldn't be a problem. And man, look at that. Hyperdrive range, again, not great. But typically, I'm not doing major jumps, hyperdrive jumps with my starships anymore. I do that with the capital vessel if I need to do that. So, I'm not worried about that. But I am going to see, because I can't remember how much it was, cost-wise, to upgrade the class again. 50,000. Oh, that's nothing. I mean, okay, now I'm down that. So that was what, 50,000, 50,000, and 25,000 to do that. So I spent 125,000 nanites, and I still have 126,000 nanites. Yeah. And see, just going with the S class, I'm now almost decked on my shield strength. Could definitely do some more damage potential, but that might be because I just have the one weapon right now. I could make another one of those. Actually, I got, oh wait, you know what? I know what it is. It's not, I just need it in my inventory, I think. I got ion batteries. I know there was something I was missing. Oh, was it? I need amino chamber. There we go. Okay. That, kept thinking about it. I need the amino chamber. Where was I going to put it? I was like, yeah, we could do it on one side here. Medipod. That might be a problem. Maybe we got to do it right here. Because I can still interact. Well, no, I can't interact with it. Is it? It's not even interactable. I thought that would be like a, oh. Like, you go in there and it, like, massively heals you kind of thing. Okay. Must be, what? Wait, what does it say? Must be wired to airlocks for full functionality. Okay, so it's got to have an airlock? Or it's got to be next to an airlock? This is going to screw things up by blocking off a wall, but, wait, did it not pulled it out? No, it did not. Okay, let's try this again. I'm gonna heal, much as a pain as it was to do that. I just want to see. That's wired to an airlock. Still don't work. Yeah, so that's just, it's wired to an airlock. Like, always got to have an airlock in order to work, because you need, to have an oxygenated environment. That's all it was. That's the whole thing. So it's just a cosmetic thing. Yeah, we never actually did like wound care or anything like that. So it's like this. A sleep pod is just cosmetic. So we just got that in there. Bam. I got the all useful ones. All right, cool. And get out of here. There we go. Yeah. Take a look here. This. So again, I've got the jets because I kind of like that for the landing pad. It makes it feel like it's not quite landing, even though it is. So I got 3 that are in a triangle shape. So it was kind of a balanced feel at least. Instead of everything being straight down the middle, I've got 6 ambassador habs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Middle one is, you know, the walk-in upstairs, and we got all that. 2 there. I mean, that's not too bad looking. I would like to find something better for the front, but you know, it's not too terrible. I just remembered that. There we go. And now, something I forgot to do a while back. I did on the first one. We're going to do that. Okay, so that one, yeah. The metallic with the right lead and gray. Apply to the entire Corvette. I'm not sure how that counts as applying to the entire Corvette. Because it applied... Oh, that... Okay, there we go. I was about to say, I know that's not it. I don't know. Do we like the metallic? Because it got the sheen, but it's darker. So maybe there's like a better color combo for this. It's a nice goldish color. Still want the red and gray. But that feels like faded. Like you know, like it got buffed, like the gloss got buffed off. It's not glossy. It feels like the gloss got buffed off. And then the inverted, which is the same thing, you know, it's like Millennium Falcon type of thing. You know, it's a little worn down. That looks even more worn down, which is weathered. That makes sense. And then you got the metallic, which I love the way it looks. Just seems like maybe a little bit too much of a sheen. Yeah, I'm going to stick with it for now. See how it changed the inside. Not really much. Still pretty much the same on the inside. Okay. Alright, so I feel like that's a pretty good upgrade to the ship. I could probably rearrange some modules, I guess, to have like storage all together in one spot. Though I do kind of need to have that. Also almost feel like I could make it longer. Like instead of just wider, add another one to the front and extend it out. Just one more. Actually, I wonder if that little add-ons would work that way. If I take those out, I could do a test. I don't have any ambassador class walkway. It says installable utility module. So if I took that and said, okay, I'm going to add one more behind the cockpit. It gives me one more that, well, actually, if I did one more on each side, I could have like, okay, here's storage on this side. Here's this on this side. I can make that work, I think. Oh, I wish you could like save different variations and then just revert back between them, like do that kind of thing. Also wish it would have made me get stuck with this one, but you know. Okay, So, yeah, I don't know what else. The whole point of today was doing some Corvette stuff and just kind of hanging out while I did it. So I've got quite a large number of modules. Again, you know, personal preference, you're going to find what you like better. I did not like the, well, you know, the Ambassador landing bay does have that, like, it's an extending walkway versus the regular landing bay being it just folds out. And then you got the other one, this one, Thunderbird, where you literally have a little elevator. Now, you might like the elevator. To me, the fact that I can't just quickly run in, that I'm going to have to go and activate the elevator to raise up. Okay, I'm inside. Now I'm going to go right back out. Now I got to activate it to go way down. It's like, it's just that extra delay that over time is going to drive me crazy. So I don't want to use that. Again, well, I like to be able to organize this too from here. Like, you know, go in and say sort. Organized by type. Okay, so I see got the one Ambassador, extra cockpit. I have a Titan cockpit anywhere now? Or not Titan, Thunderbird class. I don't see it. Easier, well, easier than digging through that, I guess, is, look here. Do I have it? No, I don't. Thunderbird class cockpit. So, okay, at least that's their moderate. So 7 and 3. 2 on maneuverability, but 9 boost. Okay. So I got 7 boost and slight better maneuverability. And then this is... okay, so this is the starting one. To get a good boost, but you get less maneuverability. Here I lose a little bit of boost, but get good maneuverability. Here I lose more boost and get maneuverability. So it's not even so much the look of it you're stuck with. And I've already maxed out all that, except for the shields. Do that. Need to find another spot. Star Shield battery. Okay, that's the thing. I was like, I thought I had like had an ion battery. I was trying to think, was that it or not? Okay. See if I can find a way to incorporate one more. I can take that out. They're Deadeye cannon. And now I don't know why the colors have gone back to something else on one of them. Oh, I saw it. Hang on, let's go back. Look, all those turned gray again. Okay. Entire Corvette. Okay. Yes. All of it's done. And then apply. And it goes away. So even that is bugged and has not been fixed. Really? That's bad. So now I gotta go to each one and do this. And hope that that works. Okay, so those is not doing that. Okay. Did I get it all? Hang on, let me turn so I can... Nope, it did it again on the back ones too. Yeah, this is still a half-baked update. Yeah, don't do the apply all. Go through apply it individually, and then go back and see which ones like are going to, you know, complain about it being applied. Like here, I'm hitting G, and it's applying it, even though it looked like it was already applied. Wow, that's a terrible bug. Okay, I think maybe I finally got it. Oh, I missed those two, but I might have got most of it. That is, oh, that's bad. It really is. That's bad. I have no more to say on that one. That's just a terrible bug right there. Let's see. Let's try this. You know what? I'm going to do teeny tiny one. Just make sure it doesn't like screw up and cost me a whole stack. Okay. So I think my design is for the most part done now. Are you tired? Did you play too hard earlier today? There you go. Gotta make sure he hears me. It's so lazy. I only played a little bit today and already worn out. Oh, my refiner unit has finished. Let's see if it lost everything. No, it did not. It actually kept it. Okay, so I don't want to do that while I like leave the game. I guess they did fix that. They just didn't fix some of the other significant bugs. And of course did not add in proper landing pads for everything for these. Oh, I still need to sell those things too. I got modules to get rid of. I think they were suit modules. Yep. Okay. So, yeah, that's the Corvette stuff. Yeah, you know, you can go and do the purchase and trade for advanced modules if you're trying to find something and you're not getting it. It's weird how some of the stuff calculates though. You know, I did that one earlier where I put in one of something and it was 13% chance, put 2 in and it becomes 48% chance. And then I put 3 in and it's only 96% chance. So there's a weird calculation thing going on with some of this, but most of the stuff, other than maybe I didn't find this one particular one I want to get, I don't have to trade for. I just go and get them by using that trick to fly around and find the scrap. Again, I did put earlier I showed the coordinates for the system I was in that has all the really good stuff. That has like a really good turn rate on it. And yeah, that's really all you need. You just gotta find the right planet and save yourself some time and go ahead and get a lot of stuff by just flying around collecting it. Kind of wonder how that would look, like how big that is. But I don't think I actually need to buy any. Well, I guess I could buy the Thunderbird class cockpit just to say I have one, but for the most part, I've got all this from just going out and grabbing it off of planets. And I mean, about halfway. It's kind of funny because it is a case of some of these have big stack, or all of them big stack numbers, 500. So I'm assuming at some point they're going to add some more modules, or you're supposed to be able to get over 500 of a certain kind by really grinding for a long time. But yeah, all right, I got a decent ship. Oh, see what my I added that other weapon. Okay, yeah, my damage potential went up. So I got this one here, and I got that one there. I wonder if I could. Again, I'm a little worried about moving them because of the way that acts up, or acted up. But this is yeah, my ship, my Corvette, not bad. I have storage, just general storage, and I've got my other stuff upstairs for refining. I've got 2 refiners here if I just happen to need it. This is such a game changer overall. But instead of having to wait and try to find that right capital ship, you can design your own Corvette to fit your needs. And yeah, it works so much better because now you have a true portable base to carry with you. Refiners, plant growing, everything you need a base for early game, and this works moving with you. Again, for my case, I don't really care about the long range warping on it, so I don't have very good hyperdrive range. But early game, you might care more about that with your reactors, so you could go further, since it'd be your main ship for a while. But I mean, other than that, this is there you go. It's a replacement for the capital ship early game, and then you still get a capital ship and can build it out better, like that. Obviously, you run out of room easily on what to do in a capital ship. I did, but still, if you want to build it big enough that you can add all of the storage rooms to it, and you have access to all of your storage stuff, and also a very big merge storage you can just dump all your extra things into. Hopefully this will get fixed so it's not all like everything's getting in the way and doing that. I can add on some other upgrades like to my engine. Oh, that does I need to install an engine on this, right? The Atlantic drive. I don't have living glass, so living glass. I just need some lube. That's okay. I got the lube. Atlantic drive. There we go. And that's just, it can be. I'll just move over here for now. Oh, you might want to do aqua jets. Oh, I don't have the sulfide thing. Okay. Oh, I got 1 of 4. All right, well. What was it? Oh. And you can obviously install stuff like the infra knife and things like that, like the actual weapons that way, but you're not supposed to. You're supposed to build the weapons on and get some of that stuff, so you shouldn't have to build those. You just add it on through the other thing. Oh, I don't know if I want the golden starship trail. Plasma. We'll do the plasma. Yeah, there we go. I was like, I knew there was one I got added with this. So we gotta test that one out. Now we'll need I want to do the aqua jets. Granted, technically I shouldn't have to do that, I guess. Oh yeah, look at the plasma thing. Actually, yeah, now think about it. I don't have to do the aqua jets. So if you do want to land particularly, you can do that. But you actually don't have to, because I just remembered, again, you could warp down to the surface and it will create a little warp thing in the water. So you actually aren't locked into it. Nice visual. And so, got, yeah, my favorite weapon. Honestly, I think the only other thing they could do at this point with this, as far as the next stage, would be well, obviously fixing some of the problems first, but all right, what ship can we add now? Because one thing we've asked, people have asked about was having a living capital ship. We got living frigates after, the living ships were introduced. What about living capital ship design? And we got pirate and sentinel capital ships. You can see maybe a living Corvette, but then you got to think about the fact that you're basically slapping a piece on and hoping it grows into it. So I don't know if that would logically work. I mean, they could do it. It's just I don't know if it would logically work for that. But yeah, there's my ship. And I don't know what to do. I mean, we got time, to hang out. Still I don't have to go anywhere particularly right this minute. So, what do you want to talk about? What do you want me to do in this? Because we got at least a few minutes. We can continue with stuff. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to my planet. Go to my base. So I can remember. Well, actually, ship. Go to my ship for a minute. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now I can. Oh, well, 3 minutes in this cycle. Yep, there we go. I'll set these going at least. And that's 2,000 nanites right there. That's why go find yourself a nice farm for some moldy balls. And you don't have to worry about your nanites. Oh, I still have all these stasis devices I forgot to do. And I got more activated indium, of course I do. Let's take a second, but wish I had a way to do like a drop down thing. Like you choose storage container and you say, just combine storage, or then you could choose like individual ones. So you can say, put it in this specific storage room. If you're trying to keep things organized so you can find stuff. Think about it now, that might have been, I was keeping this to like do just gonna go and give it to people on the, anomaly. Just offer it to people. Let's see, that's, 312 million units. And, when I didn't need the money because I had too much stuff already. So, technically I'd go sell some of that. S-class reactor for 3 of them for another ship build. You're cooking some steak on the barbecue. What kind of steak? What kind of cut did you get? I'm gonna cook steak after this. Tuna steak. Great sear, nice pink middle, thin slice. Timmy gets fancy food, dog food. Well, 12%. That's all. That's going to take 20 minutes. All right. That seems to be working fine over there. Nav, that's how I have so much nav data, is this stuff. From those. That's another thing that'd be kind of neat to have in the Corvettes, except for the fact, of course, you can land the Corvette on a space station. But I have a way to sell to the, do trade terminal stuff. I'm getting too much stuff. I'm not sure what it goes to, so I need to start throwing some of this stuff. I'll sell that because I have too much. Sirloin tip, huh? If you're going for that fancy Black Angus or what, gotta see what you tossing out the money for. Stasis device, 221. Wait. Sell it for minus. That's a new one. Minus 200. Sell 221 for minus 2,447,438,648 credits units. So I can sell all of my stasis devices I've stockpiled from that one base for a negative amount because it goes beyond how much money you can make in the game. Oh, okay, so where is it? Right there. So 140 I can sell for 2,132,000,000. 141 I can sell for minus 2,147,000,000. So it's literally saying I've gone past the total you could sell in the game, have in the game, and so after that, it's just like, yeah, you're that far past it, we can't calculate it. So I can easily make all my money back. Yeah, it's a crazy amount. Let me check. See, I don't remember if I did frigate stuff last time. I did. They've been waiting for like half a year for me to come back and relieve them of duty. I'm sorry, guys. Seriously, this is what, number 9 of the year, live stream 9 for this game of the year. So it was beginning of the year when I last was playing this before this new update, I think. So yeah, these bitches sit here waiting. Like, we'll kick back, relax, take a vacation while he's gone. Box of glowing bark. I don't have anything on there. Okay. Let's go sell this box of glowing bark. Yeah. This is great once they give like an update, but I feel like if I started over, there's just so much to do. It's like, where do you go? Where do you go from here? Like, you got so much to try and remember to do. Where do you go? What do you start with? And at least in this case, I'm like, okay, I know I've got whatever to do with the new update. Jar of hairy insects. Maybe I should have kept those. I mean, they're hairy, but they could still be my friends. There's too much stuff. Yeah, it's just too much to remember to do in this game from a new start, and I've got too many good ones here. Let's see, that's the portal. I know that. That's one of the mining sites. That's also a mining site. I want to say that's the one I built that's like got two very separated pieces to it. That's a different one. I think this was the original base in this system. The one that was like made such a big platform, and then I decided I didn't like it, wanted to find a better spot. And I built the Matukas outpost, which is much bigger. All right, no, this is underwater. Okay. Oh, deep sea underwater, I think, was this one. Yeah. Okay, so that's that one. Maybe the Borup base was it. You know, it helped if they didn't mess up the images after updates. I used to have good pictures of these, and then one of the updates messed up the pictures, and I just didn't feel like going and trying to retake pictures on. That's it. Borup base. Yeah, okay. Which, yeah, big flat area. This is perfect for where the Corvette could land. And it did. It landed underneath. Yeah, big amount of power and a big refining area because I was doing this. Collecting all this and producing the stasis stuff. What was the stasis recipe? I don't remember. But I know this is where I was making all those stasis things. I'll have to refigure that and come back here and start making some more again, just so I could be friendly at some point and go share the wealth. You know, maybe somebody you decide you want to start a brand new game save. Hey, while I'm live streaming, pop in the chat, say, hey, I just started a brand new save to play around with the Corvettes. Can you help me out? Join in. I'll give you a stack of stasis devices to give you a bunch of money, get you started. We'll go to space station. That's just the better place to go and save. Yeah, I'll gladly give somebody a bunch of stasis devices because that will give you more than enough money for the time being to get you going. I mean, I've obviously got too much as it is, so, you know, and I can go make more. I just hadn't done it in so long. I can't remember what the recipe was. The whole point of making that was so I could go and just give away stasis items, stasis devices, which is 15.6 million units per. So, hey, yeah, here, 312 million units. Not so worried about it. All right, so, yep, I'm going to go ahead and call it. We'll wrap up for today now that I got me a nice save point. So, again, do the expedition, the Corvette expedition, number 19. You get some cosmetic stuff. It's mostly cosmetic, but the big thing is you do get the gun thing, the Dead-Eye Cannon, which is the shotgun style cannon. You get it. One of them, once you complete the whole thing, you can come back to the anomaly, claim one of them, and it gives you the recipe to be able to make some more. So, best thing to go ahead and do with the Corvette one, you get a good introduction to Corvette, and you get what I still say is the best weapon in there. If you get a shotgun style weapon, the cannon like that, especially close range, it's just gonna rip through your enemies. So best weapon to have. But you also get, the plasma starship trail, stuff like that. Worth doing the expedition, not a big deal. Other than the bugs, I probably would have done it in about 4 hours. But thanks to bugs, it took a little over 5 hours to do it. So not a big deal. Go ahead and do it if you hadn't done it. It's worth it. And yeah, let's go ahead and wrap it up for the day. I'll get this closed out. Honestly, I'm loving the Corvette part. You know, yeah, it's got bugs. They've got some things they need to fix in there, like serious issues. But this is totally what No Man's Sky has needed for a while. And again, this is coming from the new game they're working on, Light No Fire, where they're talking about how it's going to have it's a fantasy planet the size of Earth, and they're going to have actual like seas and oceans that actually have to be crossed like that. So you're going to have large expanses of water where you have to be able to cross it. So they're building basically the framework of ships for that, so you can have the feeling of you're on a ship for so long, you know, hanging out on the ship doing this as you're traveling. Well, that's what we got to create the Corvettes on No Man's Sky. So yeah, definitely something to look forward to, that game. If you're seeing the Corvettes, you're like, this is awesome. That came about because of what they're doing for the next game, which still has a to be announced, but you know, it happens. That is one I'm definitely looking forward to as far as a new game whenever they announce it officially coming out. And maybe we'll still get some more updates to No Man's Sky just for the fact they're like, hey, we got something else we're gonna have for this game, so here's a new update for No Man's Sky. They're apparently not done. Why not port it over and test it out with No Man's Sky? I mean, hey, it helps. Hopefully we'll get some bugs fixed. But yeah, thank you, Jason and Jenny. Everybody have a good rest of your weekend. Good rest of the weekend. Have a good week coming up. And yeah, we'll do this again. I don't know, next week. Maybe we might do, I'll see what I can figure out. Maybe some more No Man's Sky. Maybe we'll get some update that changes something. We need to go and check it out. Or, you know, maybe just go back to Planet Crafter. Who knows? Maybe some new game will pop out that is like catches attention and it's a good one to go and try. Maybe Jenny convinces me to look at Rising World. Is it Rising World? Yeah, you said Rising World. That's an old game. That's 2014 it came out in early access in 2014. It's still not done. Yeah, maybe not that one then. Maybe I'll wait on that one to actually complete if it's been in early access that long. I don't like it when games are early access for 10 years. That means that something's not being handled very well. And yeah, so but yeah, we'll figure something out for next week. But until then, enjoy your day, weekend, and week, and we will see you next time.